So what we have here, these are what we refer to as our colorful drafts. They're actually the tallest puppet that we have in the show. When they're fully mounted on the performer, they're going to be about 14 feet tall. The interesting part about these puppets is that during their dance number, they'll come down stage center. They'll lean all the way over to where the heads will almost be able to eat out of the laps of the people in the front row. Wildebeest, we use it during the canyon scene in the show. We refer to it as a wildebeest because this is what the female dancers will actually be holding and dancing with. One thing that we like to do, though, is kind of let people see just how light that is.
Oh yeah, it's very light.
They weigh a little over a pound. They're made out of what we call zote foam, which is a formable foam that can be vacuum formed into the shape. It's got a little carbon fiber on the front side, and it's got a lot of paint on it. Okay, so John, these are the wildebeest. Like I said, these are the ones that the male dancers will dance with, and they are a little bit heavier and they are quite a bit larger than the wildebeest that we showed you downstage earlier. With that extra weight comes a little different build. Instead of using foam, we use a lot of fiberglass and carbon fiber on these, so these guys are much harder than the other ones. Behind us here also we have our bird kites. We use these in the top of Act 2. The performers will actually be out in the house swinging the bird kites around. It's just sort of a way to get the audience back into it after intermission to get them excited again. And if we can see all the way down in the front here, we have our grass heads that are used in the iconic grass head scene. The first time we see Mufasa and Simba together as a father and son interacting with each other. We keep the costumes on these flying racks. Like I say, if you look overhead here, you'll see more scenery and stuff. But there are many of the actors that their costumes are actually lifted off them by these flying racks. They'll come over here and stand, and literally the costume will fly right off of them. So the zebras here, of course, they'll come stand next to it. They'll hook up the front, they'll hook up the back, we'll hit the button, and we'll literally fly the costume off of them. It's the easiest way to try and get that costume that sits on their shoulders and off of them. The rhino is one of the interesting puppets that actually has to be used by two people to be brought to life. So it creates a little bit of an interesting dynamic whenever we have to replace one of the actors there, since it's something that they have to learn to do in tandem. The only other puppet we have that is actually operated by more than just one person is the elephant, and the elephant takes 4 actors to make.